Okay, so now we're going to solve the next equation. This time we're going to do it in radians. So I've already put my y equals cosine of 2x, and y equals the square root of 2 over 2. And so now we'll plug these two into desmos. And doing that, we get this. And so how does this look so much different than before? If you click on the little tool, we've changed it from degrees to radians, and I've changed this to 2 pi. So to do that, I went 2 and pi, and there we go. And so now you can see our graph comes down, goes up, comes down, but it's hitting 4 times. So our graph here, since it's cosine, it would start at the top and work its way down and then back up. And so that's 1 period, but since it's 2x, we're going to get 2 periods within that 2 pi. So from 0 to 2 pi, we get this. So drawing that positive value across there, you can see it hits 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just need those 4 solutions. So x equals, and then we'll go grab those 4 solutions. So again, selecting this, and then again, making sure that we are in radians, and it's 0 to 2 pi, 6.28. We get our graph, and they intersect at those values. You notice Desmos gives us the exact value. So it's pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, 9 pi over 8, and 15 pi over 8. So pi, 7, 9, 15. So pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, 9 pi over 8, and 15 pi over 8. And that's it. Now in the graphing calculator, it'd be the same thing, but it's not going to give us the exact values. So you're going to have to figure them out. So this is why Desmos works better for finding solutions. The graphing calculator will work though. So we do it the same way. We go cosine 2x. And then to do a fraction, you want to use alpha and y. So alpha, y, and fractions will pop up. And then select number 1. And then we put in square root of 2 on top, 2 on the bottom. And then just like in Desmos, we got to adjust the window. So we're going to go there. Now it's not 0 to 360, it's 0 to 2 pi. Negative 2 to 2 works perfectly fine for this. But we need to make sure that our mode is now in radians, not degrees. Enter. And so we'll make sure everything's good. We're in radians from 0 to pi. Negative 2 and 2, we're good. Hit graph. And you should get that same idea. So with a graphing calculator, it's mainly to check your answers. So you should have already solved these by hand to get the pi over 8, 7 pi over 8, 9 pi over 8, and 15 pi over 8. So we're just verifying them. So we're going to just find one and then verify it. Second calc, and then again intersect just like before. So yes, we want cosine of 2x. We want the square root of 2 over 2. And then it doesn't matter, just hit enter, it'll find one for us. So 3.53, that was our third one in, right? So it should be our third answer. So 3.53. And our third answer was 9 pi over 8. So we just need to verify that 9 pi over 8 is 3.53. So we clear out of this, we put 9 pi divided by 8. And there it is, 3.53. So it checks. The rest of them will check. So you're supposed to solve these by hand and then use your calculator to check. All right, the last one now is a tangent x. So if you remember, tangent's a little different. So tangent's period is between negative pi over 2 and pi over 2. So our graph doesn't start until here. We get those vertical lines. Its period is pi. So you end up with this graph. So you can see that we have 2 periods within a 2 pi range. So now when we say 20, which is up here, you're going to get 2 solutions. So plugging this into our Desmos and our TI-84, will give us two solutions. That's what we're looking for. So again, you're going to say y equals tangent x and y equals 20. And you get this. Well, we're not going to see anything until we have 20. So we go back to our tool and we change our y value to something bigger than 20, like 30. And then now you will see it cross. So again, we're from 0 to 2 pi because we want to make sure we only have two solutions. And there they are. Now these are not exact values. They're not going to be because it's 20. So one answer is 1.521. That is when our tangent is equal to 20. And the other is 4.662. So 1.521 and 4.62. So we get 1.521 and 4.662. But it's the same idea. You just graph it, and you have to sit there and play with the domain and range. Okay, let's try the TI now. So we input tangent x and 20. So you don't have to even put a parenthesis after that. And then go to our window and do the same thing. So again, 0 to 2 pi. But we need to make sure our y max is high enough to cover the 20. And then click on mode and make sure you're in radians. And then graph it. And there's our graph, just like it was in Desmos. And then here comes the 20. And so that's our point of intersection. It'd be nice if we just click, but we don't have that option. So we go second calc and again intersect. And then enter, enter, and then enter. And it gives us one of our solutions, which is 4.66. And then we do it again. Intersect, enter, enter. And this time we scroll over, but I'm just going to enter 0 because that one's closer. And see, it gives it to me the 1.52. So that is how we solve these graphs. You just want to graph them, adjust the window, and then understand that if you have a 2x, you're going to get twice as many answers. And if you have a 5x, you're going to get 5 times as many answers. Just remember that.